Maths is about looking for patterns and then trying to generalize these patterns. Let's take this first example. We have house number 1, house number 2, house number 3, and house number 4. These houses are getting bigger. Hopefully then we should be able to be looking at the pattern and be able to draw house number 5. As we're drawing house number 5, we can see that we have a triangle and 2 squares, once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. We're looking out for a pattern in that case. So the first house number has 3 pieces, 1, 2, 3, and then we're adding another 3 for the second house, which makes 6, and then adding another 3, which makes 9, adding another 3, which makes 12, and we can then kind of extend the pattern even though we can't actually see we don't need to draw the house in order to imagine how the pattern's going to increase. The pattern is going up in 3s each time. We can also look at trying to find a rule which is going to take us directly from our house number to the number of pieces. House number 1, how do we get from 1 to make 3 and 2 to make 6? Each time we can multiply by 3. 1 times 3 equals 3, 2 times 3 equals 6, 3 times 3 equals 9, 4 times 3 equals 12. These numbers here are the 3 times table, 3, 6, 9, 12. And therefore, if we know the house number, which we'll call x, and we multiply by 3, we will end up with a number of pieces, which I'm going to call y. Now in algebra, we don't usually show the times sign because it looks too much like a x, and often in algebra using letters. So when we want to write x times 3, we can write it as 3x. And there's nothing in between the 3 and the x, which actually means a times sign. So 3x equals y, or we could say that y, to find the number of pieces in the house, we have to do 3 x's, which is 3 times the house number. What we've done now is we've generalized the pattern that we noticed in the houses. Once we have a rule, then we can solve problems and use the rule. How many pieces are needed to make house number 50? We do not need to draw house number 50 because we know that to find the number of pieces, or y, we have to do 3 times the house number. So the number of pieces y is going to be 3 times the house number, which is 50, or x is equal to 50, and therefore we know that will be 150 pieces. This is much quicker than actually drawing out house number 50.